All right, welcome to Weekly Update. This week we're going to be looking at how Week 1's games will have impacted your fantasy team and what waiver wire pickups you should add. We're going to start off by looking at our team, and we're looking pretty good. This is a pretty strong roster. Our first game against Walter's wonderful team, we crushed it. Lamar Jackson, Puka Nacua, Tyler Warren all had great games. The rest was pretty much mediocre. Cam Little scored 15 points, which is great. On our bench, Jameson Williams and Keenan Allen both cooked, but that's about it for this team. Bryce Young, not that great. Tucker Kraft, pretty good, but he did have a touchdown, just bringing up his stats. Same with Matthew Golden, 3.6. DeAndre Swift, 9.5. If he starts to get some touchdowns, he could be a viable starter. And on to the next matchup, playing a team that looks really good. We've got Baker Mayfield, Derrick Henry, David Montgomery's the only one I don't really like Mayfield or Montgomery, but the rest of the lineup, they all did great, except for Jerry Jeudy maybe. He only got 11.6, which isn't bad. David Montgomery, 8.3. Baker Mayfield did pretty well, 22.5. Seahawks defense and Brandon Aubrey. It's a pretty stacked team. They have the Steelers defense on their bench, which is interesting, but it looks like we should be able to eke out a win here. We have a slightly more balanced lineup. We have a lot of good matchups also with Puka Nacua and Amon-Ra St. Brown and DK Metcalf, all playing weaker opponents. Cardinals defense, they're playing Carolina week 2. Really like that matchup. But we'll see if we can stream somebody a little better. Cam Little, very good. Now we're going to head on to our next league. In this league in week 1, we lost just barely. Monday night, DJ Moore did not get enough. He dropped a wide open or he was overthrown on a big play. But the lineup wasn't bad. Other than that, JSN, Mike Evans. Once you get down to the bottom of our lineup, that's where I start to see problems. Chris Olave had a decent game. But I think we'll keep our starting lineup the same for now. If Brenton Strange keeps outperforming Evan Engram, that's when we start to worry about Evan Engram and putting Brenton Strange. But for now, I think that we'll keep the lineup as it is. This week, we got a very strong team. But we're going to have to probably sub out the Patriots D and maybe also Matt Gay. But it's just week 1, so I'm not really worried. Plays Thursday night, so that's going to be good. Jaden Daniels also. Finally, I got some people playing Thursday night and Monday night. That's good. That's about it. Our opponents have Josh Allen, Ashton Genty, Kyron, Malik Neighbors. This is a very good team we're coming up against. Zay Flowers, Tedero McMillan, both great picks. Jake Ferguson, Devonta Smith. Kind of stacked a lot on receivers here. We've got an empty bench spot, but we're not playing George Kittle. That's very good. But we'll move on to our next league. All right, our next league is our Cleveland League. We've got Josh Allen, Amarian Hampton, Derrick Henry, Mike Evans, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Evan Engram, Jameson Williams, the Patriots defense, and Matt Gay. We just played Never Gonna Gives You Up, and we won. We were losing by quite a bit heading into Sunday night, but Derrick Henry and Josh Allen carried our roster. They had more than half of our points. It was absolutely crazy. And just shows you only need a couple of people to go off to have a great week. But we'll have to see if we start Ricky Pearsall here. I think we probably do. I think he'll get more targets for more yards. Keenan Allen's also an interesting one, but I might favor Pearsall more because he doesn't have the touchdown yet. But he'll get more targets because of the injury to George Kittle. Anyway, we won that by a little bit. And this week, Evan Engram questionable. Got Brendan Strange, he did pretty well. Tony Pollard got a strong running back crew, but they haven't started performing really well yet. But here we are. We're going to look here, and we're projected to lose by a little bit. Got a stronger quarterback and running backs. But the receivers is where they start to get into a clear advantage. Jaylen Warren projected to 414 over Jameson Williams. I might put in Ricky Pearsall or Devontae Adams because they're both in good matchups. Trey McBride, the Cardinals defense, we're playing a strong team. Probably going to have to get a new defense instead of the Patriots defense for now, but I'm pretty sure they did okay on week 1, 5 points. All right, let's move on to players who you can look for this week. Quarterback, we've got Daniel Jones and Aaron Rodgers trending along with Michael Penix. I wouldn't advise picking up any of these guys over your regular starter, but I think that keeping an eye on people who had good weeks like Aaron Rodgers and Daniel Jones is a good thing to do, and Michael Penix for that matter. But just keep an eye on them because they had good weeks. Sort them by last week. Aaron Rodgers, Michael Penix, all above 20 points. Daniel Jones played an especially tough Denver defense and got 29 points. The others might be because they played weaker teams. But we've got running backs. Dylan Sampson is the only one I'm really looking at. If you want to add him, you can. Played a little bit weaker of a defense, but that's all right. Wide receivers, we have maybe Quentin Johnson, Calvin Austin, Buett, and Tillman. Those are the only guys I really consider there. Tight ends, Juwan Johnson and Harold Fannin, I guess. But no one really below that. Maybe Noah Fant or Johnny Smith. Zach Ertz, maybe. Jack Tongus is going to be a very interesting one. In fact, I might add him over some people on my bench here, like Bryce Young, and just pick up Bryce Young next week. But that's about it for the players I think who are going to be good. Streaming defenses, the Rams are playing Tennessee. Tennessee isn't bad, but they're certainly not great. 49ers against New Orleans are the other one I'm looking at. Kickers, if Cam Little were available in your league, then you could probably add him. But Matt Prater got 12. It's interesting. He's projected for over 8.5. Probably had someone over Matt Gay, but I'm not just sure who. But the waiver wire is plentiful. I might not add anyone just yet, except for who I mentioned earlier in in Jake Tongas, but that's because he's playing a weak roster and he literally just had an injured George Kittle. And if he goes off, I want to have him on my team rather than someone else's. All right, that's a bit about it. But before you go, I'm going to ask you to please like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot and it'll give you more great videos like these. Thank you.